So Homeland Security comes out in congressional testimony and says, we're just going to ban free speech in America and put taxes on alternative newspapers and infiltrate their groups and commit all these crimes. They're just out in the open because they have to come out in the open like it's normal to get their own spooks and their own informants and their own operatives to do it. So again, what does the COINTELPRO document say? According to FBI records, COINTELPRO resources were expended on infiltrating, disrupting, marginalizing, and/or subverting groups suspected of being subversive. I can't tell you how many times I've just gone to any political event and somebody calls you in the back room and says, hey, we're going to that protest tomorrow. You might feel like you're under threat. I got a little submachine gun you can just have. Just take it. Just take it. And if I was dumb enough to, oh, thanks for the submachine gun. Oh, yeah. It'd be on the news. Alex Jones was planning to kill with submachine gun. But they go further than that. Look, I'm going to spend more time on the COINTELPRO in the days to come. We're going to have a lot more articles at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. But this is a big deal. This is why we can't ever organize marches or protests. Because you go and the cops attack their own people and then attack you, the peaceful crowd, and the news blames old women and women with the baby carriages for what happened when it's the government. I'll never forget 5 years ago seeing footage out of Portland, Oregon that made me physically ill. It was a few thousand peaceful people against the war, and the police come out and surround them, and no one does. And the police say, move back, move back, move back. They are moving back, and the cops walk right over and spray a baby in a carriage right in the face. And the woman says, and the baby's on the edge of dying, having this pumped up their nose. She says, why did you do that to my baby? And he says, listen, you effing bleeper, you don't bring a baby to a protest. And they just beat the daylights out of those people. And guess what? They never went out and protested again, to where all that's left is 30 or 40 hired foundation thugs led by cops in anarchist outfits and a few meth head idiots that don't know it's a federal operation running around tumping over trash cans and lighting them on fire so then the police can come in. And no one was resisting the police. So then they started going and finding women coming out of stores with grocery bags and police dogs attacking them because no one's allowed on the streets of Pittsburgh. And then going on the university at night and the college students are out at the park and they're like, cops are marching up and they announce, no one's allowed on the streets day or night of Pittsburgh. Move back. They try to move back. The police had surrounded them. And they just run up to women on bikes, running from them, and just start beating them, blood spewing, as they just drive spikes in America's heart. And it's all a psych warfare test of those police. What will they do? What will they go along with? What will they accept? I have a message here to the COINTELPRO operatives in private corporations, in foundations, in government, in think tanks, and your camp followers. I have a message for you. When you lose everything you've got, when this country falls apart, when you're living in a living hell and we're worse than Mexico in a decade or so from now, maybe even sooner, I want you to remember when the system you served rapes you financially, physically, economically, societally, spiritually. I want you to remember you thought this was all cute and fun, because there's a lot of weak people in this country and worldwide who serve evil. They think darkness is power. They think skulls and death and the trappings and torture is cool. It's a spirit. It's a mindset. They think Jack Bauer's cool, torturing innocent people every episode to get answers, torturing kids in front of their parents. Homeland Security admitted that was their own propaganda promotion. You are being bathed, baptized in hell. You're only alive once. And I'm telling you, it's not too late for you to turn back. It's not too late for you to have integrity. It's not too late for you to blow the whistle. And that's why the globalists are inoculating against whistleblowers now. That's why they come out in white papers now, and Gary Hart says, yeah, we staged terror attacks in America. That's why the government declassifies, yeah, we staged the Gulf of Tonkin, we staged other terror attacks. That's why they come out and say, yeah, we're going to infiltrate groups, get them to commit crimes. Yeah, we're going to ban free speech, just so it loses its power, See, I tell you, they're going to start trying to restrict free speech. You laughed at me 5 years ago. But now it's like, okay, well, maybe we do need to ban free speech. Because at a subconscious level, you're afraid of those tyrants. You're afraid of those authority figures. You can't imagine saying no to a bully. And so you engage in Crime Stop that George Orwell talked about, where the tyranny is upon you. You're facing the tyranny. And he wrote about that in nonfiction essays. He wrote more nonfiction than he wrote fiction. A member of the Imperial Secret Police in India, a communist brigade leader, a propagandist at BBC. I mean, he was high level, folks. And he finally figured out, my God, they control the left and right. My God, it's a priesthood of power. It's a priesthood of psychopaths that like to torture people. And they play us all off against each other. And Big Brother is bombing Airstrip 1 to keep society in degradation and fear. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, these psychopaths weave a web. Like certain species of spiders weave a certain web. And we know the web they're spinning, and now the web's done. We're like, this is the most hardcore, vicious form of tyranny ever seen. Red alert, we've seen it. They're openly announcing it's evil. They're openly announcing they plan to arrest everybody and start killing people. They openly write textbooks about how they want to exterminate at least 80% of the population. Red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert. I mean, this is red alert. Red alert. We know who this is. We know what it is.
We're on the